Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Bubblegum Reviews. My name is Steve, and tonight, for my first review of the new year, I will be reviewing the movie Super Troopers with Brian Cox and Daniel Von Barden, sorry. So I have seen this movie like 2 other times. It's been a while since I've watched this. Little quick summary into this is about the Vermont Highway Troopers. Is that right? Vermont Highway Patrolmen, sorry. And pretty much what they will do to save their job because they're about to get shut down, and so they'll go to any lengths to make sure that they don't lose their job. So to start things off, Brian Cox and Daniel Von Barden they're solid. They are solid, especially Brian Cox, man. Throughout the movie, his scenes in this movie carry the movie. One of the best scenes in this movie is when Brian Cox is drunk and he starts throwing punches at the air. That whole scene right there had me dying. And also I'm freaking out, man. That beginning scene to that movie was hilarious. I'm a big fan of the Broken Lizards, and with that, I will say I've only seen like 3 of their movies, but I do want to see some of the other ones. Like I haven't seen Club Dread or Slammin' Shammin', but I have seen Beer Fest, and I have seen the Super Troopers, the second one. This movie is probably my second favorite movie behind Beer Fest. I really enjoyed Beer Fest. But anyways, so there's not much to say about this movie except for it's not everybody's kind of humor. I did not care for the music. Like, the music was one of the biggest turnoffs. This is probably one of the worst soundtrack movies I've seen so far that I've reviewed. And the way the college kids talked really bugged me. Like, that whole just, I'm a bust a cap in him, and just that whole talk, the way they did it, I did not care for that. I know at that time that was how it was, but I never was into it, so it really annoyed me. The director, which was also one of the main guys in this, I'm not going to say his name yet until I have to, and I'm actually going to need some assistance, so I do have to look because I literally can't. It's a tough one. Anyways, the director did a great job. Like, this movie was hilarious. First time I saw it, this was like watching Hangover for the first time. It was just one that you laugh so hard at. It still has laughs, but it's definitely not as good as they were in the beginning. So anyways, director, we have J. Chandrasekhar. I'm probably not saying that right, but that's how it looks. IMDb gave this a 7.1 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 35%. I gave it a 6.5 out of 10. If Brian Cox was not in this movie, I probably would have gave it like a 3.5 or 4 out of 10. He was a huge part in making this movie what it was. Box office at $23.2 million on a budget of $1.5 to $3 million. Not sure, but so my guess is the profit is in the realm of 20.2 mil. My interesting fact. Oh, sorry. So as I was saying earlier, director Jay also did Beer Fest, Club Dread, and the Dukes of Hazzard. I've seen 2 or 3 of those, Dukes of Hazzard and Beer Fest. I have yet to see Club Dread. Sorry, my cat's getting a little out of control. So anyways, the interesting fact is when Farva pulls the van over and he goes up to it and says, "Chicken fucker," the people in the van, just happen to be his parents in real life. So, and they had no idea he was going to say that. So their expression was like totally legit because they didn't know what he was coming up to say to them in the van. So that was kind of funny. especially when you rewatch it and you're like, oh wow, yeah. But anyways, if you haven't seen this, all I gotta say is give you a reason why you should watch this. Well, if you've never seen it and you've seen and you like stuff like The Hangover and you like to laugh, I guarantee you will laugh. I'm not saying you're gonna laugh as much as I did because I was high when I watched it, so there was a little assistance. But this kind of humor is not for everybody. But I enjoyed it. I think it's a funny movie, and it's definitely one of those you should watch at least once. So that's all for me for tonight. Up next, I will be watching the movie Semi-Pro with Woody Harrelson and Will Ferrell, and what I think Andre 3000. So stay tuned for that, and that's all for tonight. You guys have a good night. Like and subscribe, and check out my eBay page. I'm selling movies, I'm selling games, I'm selling music. So check it out. Like I said, if you mention to me that you are a subscriber, I will give you free shipping for whatever you order. So, yeah. All right, you guys have a good night, and I'll see you guys next time.
But our shenanigans are cheeky and fun.
Yeah, I mean, his shenanigans are cruel and tragic.
Which makes them not shenanigans at all, really.
Evil shenanigans.
I swear to God, I'll pistol whip the next guy that says shenanigans.
Hey, Farva, what's the name of that restaurant you like with all the goofy shit on the walls and the mozzarella sticks?
You mean shenanigans?
No!
You're talking about shenanigans, right?
Put those away!